How do you measure the legacy of a politician, especially local politicians? We live in a great community here in Brooks, and where we are today is the result of many unsung heroes, former mayors and councillors who have had to make key decisions to help get us where we are today. As I take a run for Brooks City Council, I wanted to acknowledge the past mayors and councillors. I watched an HBO series, Show Me a Hero, which was about a councillor and a mayor in Yonkers, New York, who worked very hard to get public housing into a neighborhood. In the end, those in those public housing units who he had worked very hard for and helped didn't even know who he was or the struggles he went through to get what they so badly needed. So I wanted to pay tribute to our former mayors from the time I first got here in 1980. With female politicians a rarity in most places in the world, in 1980 Brooks elected their first female mayor with Chris Stark-Dunsmore. In fact, there were 4 women on Brooks Council. Dunsmore was a major advocate for the new Brick Lodge and for seniors, and her efforts are still paying out today. She also had to guide Brooks through a tough time when the National Energy Program created the collapse of the oil and gas industry around Brooks, and what was a booming community came to a standstill. Clayton Hayes was elected in 1983. With the economy in Alberta still in the doldrums, he brought his positive attitude towards the community and the business sector. With Brooks having a fairly young population and their enthusiasm for sports, Hayes helped develop the Duke of Sutherland Park with its ball diamonds, water park, outdoor fitness equipment, and soccer fields. He was also instrumental in getting the community geared up for the 75th homecoming in August of 1986. If the 75th homecoming celebrated the past, the Alberta Summer Games would look at the future. Local businessman Eric Fleury was elected mayor in the fall of 1986. Fleury and his council worked hard to bring Brooks the 1989 Alberta Summer Games, which was a big event for the area. Since the major expansion of the community in the 70s and newcomers in the 1980s, Brooks was made up of many residents from somewhere else, not necessarily feeling that Brooks was actually their home. With so many volunteers involved in the Alberta Summer Games, Fleury was able to bring the community together, and after the success of the games, the people, many not originally from the area, now felt, "This is my home. I'm proud of what we accomplished." Thanks to Mayor Fleury, Brooks developed its modern identity. Jean Franklin was elected mayor in 1989 and was on council for 2 terms. She was passionate about clean water and helped create the Bull River Water Users Association. She did not want the city of Calgary's effluent to be coming into our water system. Franklin and her council were the first ones to develop the back alley and residential garbage pickup system, which was way ahead of its time compared to other Alberta communities, many which were still using burning barrels for their garbage in the backyard. Franklin was a firm believer in education and was instrumental in getting the new Brooks campus of Medicine Hat College opened in the early 1990s. Councillor Bob Breckel, or as the community knew him, Computer Bob, became mayor in 1995. Breckel was part of the Southeast Alberta Tourism Association and strongly believed that tourism could be a major economic boost to the area. He was passionate about promoting the area. Even though that was more than 20 years ago, his vision is still important today and will be in the future as tourism continues to be a major player in the Alberta and the Brooks economy. Don Weisbeck was elected mayor for the first time in 1998 and was elected for 2 terms after that. With the expansion of Lakeside Packers from a small plant to a major plant in North America, Weisbeck had to guide his council through a tumultuous growth period in Brooks. Over the course of a decade, Brooks transformed from a socially conservative, primarily white town to one of the most diverse places in Canada as immigrants and refugees flocked to find jobs at the packing plant. The council of the day faced many challenges with development, along with a major influx of new residents which had changed the look of the community. Brooks had opened up the doors and welcomed the world. Weisbeck guided Brooks through many of the new projects, from the renovations at the Lakeside Leisure Centre, growth in the southeast, to a new skateboard park, to getting an overpass built on the east side of town. Weisbeck was not afraid to shy away from the media and became a major spokesperson for the community during many incidents which garnered national attention, such as the BSE crisis in 2003 or the strike at Lakeside Packers in 2005. One of Weisbeck's major legacies was his talks and working with the partnerships with the county and Newell. At one point, there were diverse views between the 2 municipalities. Now, the 2 sides were talking and working on joint projects. In 2007, Martin Shields was elected mayor of Brooks. He carried on where Weisbeck left off with the cooperation of the county and Newell. Shields and County Reeve Molly Douglas were the guest speakers at many conferences throughout Canada on how municipalities can work together. Shields was on council when the major debate on the location of the new arena was. After teaming up with the EID, the CRA was built and is now the envy of many teams across Canada. Shields became front and center on the national media scene when the E. coli crisis hit Brooks in 2012 and played a pivotal role in guiding the community through that ordeal. As we salute the politicians of the past, I'm thankful for what they have done for this community, and I hope that if I'm elected, I can contribute in a positive way as our politicians did before us. I'm John Petrie. Thank you.